Hello, my name is Soraya Andrea Marisoa, and I'm a fellow virtual librarian and a Master's in Library and Information Science graduate student at San Jose State University. Today I'll be walking you through the introduction to library databases, more specifically the Library and Information Science Source Database here at SJSU MLK Library. It can be accessed online or on campus, and due to current circumstances as a result of COVID-19, adjustments will be made as a result of it. In this presentation, I'll be discussing with you what a library database is, more specifically what Library and Information Science Source Database is, the subjects that it holds, who usually partakes in utilizing this database, the content or the types of materials that they have at this database, and how you can access it. To start off, the very general definition of what a database is an online searching system for browsing and retrieving information from various collections. But what is Library and Information Science Source based on this definition? According to the SJSU MLK Library website, it is a combination of full-text materials including LISTA, also known as Library and Information Science Technology Association materials, and library literature and information science, that includes 75 additional sources. Essentially, it is a library that you can access from home. In terms of its subjects, what does the LISS cover? Now, as you can already tell from its title, it does have library-focused subjects such as archiving, cataloging, collection development, and electronic librarianship materials. But there's a lot more to it than meets the eye from this list, as you can see. We have a list of various other subjects like information science, libraries, topics on education, issues in humanities, language and literature, and there's hundreds and thousands of more that can be accessed. It'd be too extensive to include all of the subjects from this presentation alone. So who is interested in using this kind of a database? As you can see from this diagram on the left-hand side, we have a variety of students, current and prospective instructors, university students, academic researchers, and current and prospective doctors. As you've noticed from this demographics, they are focused in academics, are research heavy, college and university oriented, and/or institutional professionals, all of which require research, academia, and having an affiliation relationship to a university college institution. Now, what types of content is in this database? As you can see, we have a variety of types of content within this library database. It ranges from book reviews, academic journals, magazines, books, conference papers, and biographies, all relating to all of the subjects that were mentioned in the slide prior. And as you can see, we have an extensive amount of information. As mentioned before, there are hundreds and thousands. So depending on what you are searching for, or if you are interested in general, you have lots to pick from. Now, with all this given information, are you interested in the LISS database? If so, how would you be able to access this database? So, if you are part of the demographic that are patrons attending SJSU or affiliated with SJSU already, students and staff typically have a 9-digit ID code, an ID card that is located on their SJSU ID. They can use this card as a library card, and it best functions online. However, you can still use the library, but as mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, due to circumstances with COVID-19, adjustments need to be made. As long as you have your ID card though, you should be fine. If you are a patron who is not in attendance with SJSU, you can also apply for an San Jose State University Public Library card, also known as SJPL, and it's also recommended for on-location use. And in order to do this, you must also fill out a request a OneSearch account. And in order to do that, in order to utilize the vast amount of resources at San Jose State University Public Library, you will need to have that account. So fill out the form, make sure that you get an SJPL card, and that will require you to submit very general information such as your name and email address and so forth. And also to remind you, thank you so much for taking the time to review this presentation. As we come to the conclusion of this presentation, we have discussed what a library database is and what the Library and Information Science source has to offer, and it opens a welcoming hand to anyone outside of the demographic and welcomes its patrons. I'm Soraya Andrea Mary Soa, a fellow virtual librarian representing San Jose State University Libraries, and thank you for watching this presentation.